Welcome to the first official video for Backlog Chats, my new YouTube channel. What this channel is going to be about is me expressing my passion for video games. I've always been interested in the community of YouTube. I've wanted to build a community for myself to be able to talk about video games with other people and share that passion. And yeah, I'm thinking what I'm going to do for this channel is, I guess my focus for my content is maybe going to be more commentary focused, talking about what's going on in the industry, recent games that I've played. I came up with the name Backlog Chats because I have an endless backlog of games, as I'm sure many of you can relate to that. Maybe I'll be doing some Let's Plays or streaming some of that process of me going through my backlog. Like I could talk about some of those games that I've been playing, but also, again, I'm just interested in the industry, everything gaming related. So we're just going to freaking go for it. What I'm going to talk about today is the state of Bethesda Game Studios. One thing about me is I am a big RPG fan. I've been playing role-playing games for a really long time. Fallout 3 being one of my favorite video games of all time. Really the first game that made me fall in love with RPGs and showed me what video games could be, that they weren't just your Call of Duties and your Halos, was Oblivion. I know that that was a place that a lot of people started, was Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. I remember seeing that case, my friend showing it to me, being like, okay, yeah, cool, Call of Duty's cool, but try this. And he showed me Elder Scrolls 4, and I just remember seeing this case and being like, that looks intimidating. I don't even know what this game was about. It looked like a book cover. That's what I love about their games. But I just remember it feeling so intimidating. And I just knew right then and there, I'm like, okay, this is the real deal. I don't know what this is, but I just know that I am not ready for it. But I loved it. I fell in love with it. It took a while. I really just completely botched my first character. I got vampirism. I had no idea what I was doing. And I just was absolutely horrific at the game. And it's really sparked. That's kind of what really sparked my love for gaming. Seeing that gaming is much more, like I said, than your Call of Duties and your Halos. It can have a deep story. Your choices matter. You can live in this world that just feels so real and that you want to keep coming back to. And it was pure escapism. Even more than Oblivion, I loved Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was, man, another interesting one. I will say that I did not like Oblivion at first. It was just, I think just how big it was, I came from playing Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty World at War. Being introduced to that was a lot. Wasn't a fan. Fallout 3, I kind of felt the same way. I approached this one just kind of like your generic shooter. I didn't like the way it looked. I think Fallout 3 infamously, Bethesda games in general, like they're not really known for their graphics. And Fallout 3 was right up there, man. They wasn't necessarily the prettiest games. Looking back at it, I love the art style now. But yeah, it was just kind of an ugly game. Yeah, I did not like it at first. As I played it more and more, I fell in love with the RPG mechanics of it. Leveling up your character, exploring the world. I absolutely love the Fallout universe. Fallout is probably my favorite gaming franchise of all time. At that point, I was a Bethesda fanboy, and so when Skyrim got announced, I was so excited. The hype was real. Man, going back in time, like what a time to be alive. I remember at this time it was Skyrim and Battlefield 3. Man, like what a freaking, that holiday. Like gaming in that holiday was just like, that's all I played was Battlefield 3 and Skyrim. The open world, the atmosphere. I still, to this day, listen to the soundtrack when I go to bed. I listen to the track Skyrim Atmospheres. Again, since we were talking about, I'm going to call it the downfall of Bethesda. I know there is no shortage of videos like that knocking on Bethesda. But it's sad. It's a real thing. Bethesda Game Studios is one of my favorite developers. They've made some of my favorite games, and they just get buried now. Witcher 3, Wasteland 3, Baldur's Gate 3, like, man, Outer Worlds, like, they just don't make... The games just don't stack up to what the competition is like nowadays. Looking back at Skyrim, I feel like it was kind of, the writing was on the wall a little bit. Like Skyrim is dumbed down quite a bit compared to Oblivion and Fallout 3. Like just the way you level up your character, the RPG systems themselves was very minimalistic, which I liked to some degree, but it was just too there just wasn't enough depth there. Like, it was just kind of like you got your basic skill trees. It was like, okay, level up your archery by 20%, 40%, 60%. It just, I don't know. It left a lot to be desired. The way that I look at Skyrim, it's just like your basic RPG with just such an incredible aesthetic. I will say that I still think to this day that when it comes to atmosphere, exploration, and just immersion, I still think Skyrim is absolutely goated. But again, you can kind of see the writing on the wall. It's easy for a lot of people to get into something like this. We get to Fallout 4. Personally, I honestly loved Fallout 4. This was another step in that direction for Bethesda. Fallout 4 was definitely had some Ubisoftness. I mean, I don't know. That probably doesn't do it justice. Fallout 4 was fun. Honestly, the game is aged really well looking back at it. And I have a lot of fond memories with Fallout. And as time's gone on, I've enjoyed it more when I go back to it. Like, just kind of looking at it compared to some of the other RPGs nowadays, or just some of those open world RPGs, it's just so oversaturated now. And Fallout 4 actually stands out. Like, the open world exploration in it is still very Bethesda. There's a lot of that environmental storytelling. It's still good, man. I love Fallout 4, but like, this was kind of the beginning of the decline for them. They did Fallout 76, tried that, did the 16 times the detail bull crap. The 16 times the detail thing is so funny. Like, you really think about that. Like, they were talking about how they've developed the creation engine. It's more advanced now. They're able to do more with it. And so now that they have 16 times the detail, like, what does that mean? 16 times? That is so much detail when you think about it. That doesn't make any sense. Like, 16 times whatever they had before sounds like astronomical. So I don't know what they were talking about there. I think Fallout 4 looked better than Fallout 76. It does not make any sense. This game had some freaking jank to it. I put my time into it. It was fun. Gave me that Fallout fix. I mean, I guess it looks slightly better in some areas. I don't know when I've played it, and I played it on PC. I mean, my PC's kind of old, so that probably doesn't say much. But there's a million controversies that came with Fallout 76. And that went into Starfield, which I have not played Starfield. Again, another game that's on my backlog. A game that just was cool. Like, I've seen all the skyboxes and just the worlds that they've created. But, like, again, it just kind of fell flat as being an engaging, lore-rich RPG that people just want to get lost in. And I guess just what brings me to my main point here is, I mean, we have Elder Scrolls 6 coming up, and I was just thinking about this. It makes me so sad that I am not excited for Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls 6. I'm really, like, there's no hype behind it. Like, I realize, like, Starfield came out in 2023, right? Yeah, September 6th, 2023, and that was 2 years ago. Starfield came out 2 years ago. So Elder Scrolls 6 has got to be well into development at this point. We're probably going to be seeing something soon. Like, at the earliest, we'll see something next year, and I bet we'll probably see the game maybe by earliest 2027, maybe 28. And I'm not really looking forward to it. But that's just what their brand is like right now. That's what their reputation is they've just had so many duds at this point that they've just kind of lost their steam. Like, back in the day, man, Oblivion, Fallout 3, and then Skyrim came out, and then, like, the hype around Fallout 4 was just insane. Part of me wonders, like, how much that has to do with them being acquired by Microsoft, having kind of being corporatized like that. How much that is influencing the kind of games that they make. I heard someone award it that, like, they're a studio that makes commercially successful games instead of critically successful games, as opposed to You're and Exiles, who make a game like Wasteland 3 that I absolutely adore, but a game like that's never going to be commercially successful, or like Outer Worlds. Maybe that's just the studio that they are now. I mean, Starfield 3 didn't even, gosh, I can't even talk. Starfield didn't even get nominated for Game of the Year. But, you know, I have high hopes, if I'm being honest. I do have high hopes, because the way that I see it, this is my theory. It sounded like the development for Starfield was complicated, to say the least. Like, them trying to figure out their multiple planets and getting that system dialed in. If they're going to go by what they've done in the past, they're going to have one world, build all of those custom assets, all those custom places to explore, the kind of world that BGS fans love. I imagine it being a breath of fresh air for the developers at BGS, that finally we get to go back and do something that we are good at, that we know well. We're going to make a single player experience in one open world. Everything's going to be handcrafted. I just imagine that this is going to go well. I just said I wasn't excited for it, but that's just kind of where I'm at with BGS right now. I just don't feel that same excitement for their games anymore. But like, I really hope Microsoft lets them just go nuts. I hope they just go wild on this game and really go deep into the choices, skill checks. I love skill checks, and just making a world that's fun to explore, and an RPG system that is, I mean, it doesn't have to be the deepest, most complicated game in the world, but just, I just hope BGS comes back and just shows us that they can still make the games that we love, and that they're still the studio and the developer that we adore, and that we can count on to make awesome games for us. Anyways, that's all for me on that, guys. What do you think about this? Let me know kind of where you stand with BGS right now. How do you feel Elder Scrolls 6 is going to turn out? Are you excited for it? Are you kind of like lukewarm, whatever? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching the video.